Yo, live and direct from L.A., California, man. Live on location, man. We got the illest one. We got No Chill Gil, G.A. Gilbert Arenas in the building, Agent Zero, the Hibachi. Rocking with the Knuckleheads, man. Y'all tune in. It's going to get real hot today. Let's go.
Yeah. The first question we always ask everybody, like, when you first got to the league, who was the first player to bust your ass, like kill you?
See, so you asked that question wrong.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the opposite. Who was the first person that got their ass busted by me? You know what I mean? That's the real. Who
give us both?
Who got
No Chill?
Who got that work?
You can give us both.
Unfortunately, it was you guys.
What?
Who got that work? I busted y'all ass.
What?
Hold up, no.
Jeff McGinnis.
Oh, okay, say that.
Yeah,
say
it was
that.
Jeff McGinnis, my rookie year. Because you got to remember, I started off on the bench.
Right,
Yeah,
I remember.
Mookie Blaylock was in front of you.
Yeah, Mookie Blaylock, Larry Hughes. So by the time I got to really play, it was the Clippers. It was the Clippers. Yeah, Jeff McGinnis gave him 32 piece. Gave him 32. You talking about cheesing? I was cheesing.
I remember we played y'all at Golden State, and you came out the game. You was like, man, yeah, I ain't play, man. They got Mookie Blaylock in front of me. I said, man, hey, soon as you get your opportunity, just make sure you ready. And like it seemed like a week later, I think Mookie got hurt or something like that, and you just came and just,
that's what I said. It was just one of those things that it just like somebody asked me, like, yo, what'd you do?
Yeah.
I was like, to be honest, God did all that. Like,
yeah, you got the opportunity.
Mookie got kicked off the team. I don't know what the hell happened with Mookie. I just didn't see him no more.
Yeah.
Larry Hughes got hurt. I was a third option. It was like, all right, Rook, we're going to take you off the IR, put you in the game. You know, so it was like, okay. And then by the time Larry Hughes got back, I was already feeling myself. Yeah. But Gary Payton,
Uncle G.
It was 7 minutes, 8 minutes of a ass whipping he was giving me. It was just one of those things where he had 17 all on me in that first 5 minutes. Like it was the first time in my career, like especially early career. You know, when you early, you dominate high school, college. Shit? No, he wasn't saying nothing. That was a problem. that was a problem. He was just scoring. He was just scoring. So it was like I got subbed out. I ran off the court so damn fast. Like, woo, man. Oh, that motherfucker nice. Like it was one of those things. I was like, I don't think I want to go in when he in. And then he got subbed out, and Weber came in. I don't know who he is, but I can go against him.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm ready. It was one of those. At halftime, like when I got back in, he was like, "You lucky I ain't the AI type of. I would have scored 50 against you." Yeah, you right. I ain't gonna lie.
What he was posting you up?
Everything. It was like driving, posting. We switch. Yeah, we a switch. He got the big man on him. He posted him up. That's when I knew I was in trouble. Like he got Eric Dampier switched on him. He backed him up, faked it. And I'm like, whew.
It's not just me.
Yeah. Ooh, this ain't the NBA I'm ready for.
Yeah, I was geeked to get the opportunity to play against GP. GP was like, and then as soon as we played against him, he instantly started talking. It was like, man, I remember watching this on like when I was little, like watching him talk shit and do his thing. So when we played against him, he was talking shit. It like got me hyped to like play against him and go even harder.
See, I think his. Soon as I got on the court, like when we started, we got the ball, and he did that little smirk. It threw me off already. Oh shit! I just picked the ball up. Like I'm not even near the dude. I just picked it up and threw it. Like I guess he already realized. Okay, he done. Like, I done scared him, so he ain't need to talk nothing.
I didn't know you was born in Tampa. Mm-hmm. You was born in Florida. Then you moved to California.
Yeah.
You went to Grant High School.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Grant?
Yeah. Valley Glen. So
in the Valley?
Yeah. Like Sherman Oaks.
See, where I used to stay. My first 2 years in LA, I stayed in Encino.
Yeah, okay, so that area, like that Valley area. So my dad came out here to be an actor. Mm-hmm. So like you remember Mike Williams, football player? Mm-hmm. That was my best friend growing up.
Oh, okay.
You know, who went to USC. That was my best friend growing up in Florida. So we moved out here, And then I got into the basketball thing. So back in the 90s, just that whole 90s era, they were busing kids. So they was using like the magnet program to like integrate schools. So they was bringing all the LA kids, Valley kids, moving them. So I was busing.
Yeah.
So I went to Hale Junior High, which is 40 miles away. Then I went to Birmingham, and then like my basketball skill is starting to kick in, but coach already said he won't play me. Like I'm not good enough for his varsity.
Yeah.
So I just was working outside the school that I lived across the street from, which was Grant. So I lived across the street from Grant. Yeah. But I was going to a whole nother school. So I'm out there like 6 in the morning, like, yeah, he's talking about I ain't good enough. We gonna see. I'm gonna see him next year. I'm preparing, to go back.
Yeah,
and then the coach seen me like working out, and he was like, are you in high school? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a sophomore. What school you go to? I was like, I go to Birmingham. What are you doing here? I was like, I live across the street. And he's like, why are you going to Birmingham? Magna program. He was all right. I didn't see you play. I was like, oh yeah, I was on JV. I didn't really play. Played like 8 minutes the whole season. He's like, we're having tryouts. You can try out for my team. We're looking for a point guard. I'm like, okay, like a starter? He's like, yeah, starter. Like, oh shit, starter. I'm about to kill him on JV this year. He's like, no, varsity. You look good enough that you can make the varsity team.
Yeah.
I ran home, told my dad, the coach across the street said I can make his varsity team.
At this school.
My dad like, you sure, like varsity or like JV start? Like, he said varsity. I know the difference. I know the difference. He said varsity.
I made sure.
So they had a conversation, tryouts. I actually beat out some dude from Tennessee, beat him out for the spot, starting point guard. We got our first game, the preseason game, had 22, and then he was like, "You're gonna be an NBA player." Get the fuck out of here, dog. I don't. It was one of those, like, get the fuck out of here. He was like, yo, you really gonna be, if you wanna be. And then from that day when he told me that, I had to be at school at 6 a.m., nutrition, is that what they call it still? Nutrition? You get a 15-minute break between second and third period.
I don't know.
Yeah,
you're from Illinois.
Yeah. First period, second period, then you had like 15-minute break for snack.
What?
And then third, fourth, and then lunch.
That sound like preschool or something they do with my kids.
That sounds like Saved by the Bell or something.
You had
bro.
the little breakage.
We had lunch.
Bro. That's what you had 4 straight periods, then lunch?
Yeah.
What?
Wonder why y'all was so angry in Chicago.
Man.
Back then, we had a break. We had a 15-minute break. So I had to go shoot free throws in a 15-minute break. And then third, fourth, and then lunch, I had to take jumpers at lunch. So I didn't really get to enjoy all that festivities of school like that with friends.
Yeah, I was chilling at lunch.
Yeah.
No damn jump shots.
I was leaving school going to get lunch.
Yeah, Coach wasn't having that.
Yeah, we had off-campus lunch, so,
Yeah, so it was the Valley school. So I was the first NBA player from the Valley.
From the Valley.
Yeah, from the Valley.
From the area.
We was considered weak white boy players. I mean,
did y'all make noise in like win state or go down state?
What?
Did y'all go down the state? The state.
We was white boy players, man. We was white boy players.
He was just an assassin. They team wasn't that good.
So we won 7 games my first year on varsity, my 10th grade year, and then the same team the next year we won 21 games. Played against Crenshaw in the playoffs. So their first seed, we're 16 seed. So we we made it to the playoff show. They got bopped. I bopped the hell out of them. But we got creamed. So it's like, I was the only black person on the team.
Yeah.
Black. Like, got a little black in me. Everybody else is black white. That's what it is, black white. We're privileged. It's privileged black.
Straight up.
And then from there, just Asians and white. Yeah, it wasn't really.
When you came out, why you choose Arizona? Could it have been somebody else?
Yes.
Okay, so
tell the story.
Okay, so
you don't know this, but tell this.
Okay, so you gotta remember, it's the Valley. It ain't no athleticism here. So Northridge was the school that was going after me. So it's Northridge going after me, and the dude who was recruiting me said, if I go, I'm getting ready to go to Kansas State. So you're gonna be my first recruit. I was like, all right. So Kansas State come in, boom, boom, boom. Go there, and I'm like, they're like, yeah, we're gonna play you 1,000 minutes as a freshman. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means, but whatever. but that's where I'm going. And then DePaul came in.
Ooh.
So DePaul came in, and he already hit me like, you're gonna be the starting point. We got Quentin Richardson, we got Steven Hunter, we got
Bobby Simmons.
we got Bobby Simmons. So our team is, nice.
Loaded.
We added you. That's all we need. We can do some damage.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So my dad, because my dad and Pat Kennedy had some Florida ties. So it was like we did. So my dad's sister, his only sister, was going to DePaul too. So I had family going to DePaul. So right before my trip, his mother passed. So he had to cancel my trip to DePaul. So I never got to go visit. So instead of me going to DePaul that weekend, I called Arizona and said, I'll come. Like, I'll just come early. They was, all right, come on through. So go there, Richard Jefferson, and we having fun. We had some like little scrimmage game, bust ass. Like Michael Dickerson. For some reason, Michael Dickerson was there. All of them were there still, like training in the summer.
Yeah.
Right? That's the summer, like.
Right.
Yeah, so I was just training. Because I was wondering why, because I never understood why he was there, because I thought he was a football player. I was like, damn.
Boy,
I was like,
strong.
I was like, damn, you was a football, like, for a football player, you nice, bro. He was like, I'm not a football player. I was like, yeah, you ain't a football player? What are you?
Yeah,
He's like, yo, I play on the team. And then I was like, you're Mike D. I was like, you're Michael Dickerson? You don't look the same on TV, bro. I said, my TV kind of small, so I don't see all the muscles like that.
Yeah, nah, you stronger than mine.
Yeah, so when I left, I told my dad, like, yo, I think I can play there. Like, I was like, yeah, I was whooping their ass. He's like, nah, man, they pushing out pros, bro. You don't want to go there, like right there. We're gonna go to DePaul. Everything's hooked up over there. And I was like, but I like that though. They was like DePaul's DePaul. I ain't been there, but then I said right there, it's cool.
Yeah.
So Lute Olson was like, the first person between you, kid named Kevin Gaines, and Jimmy Haywood, between you three, whoever commits first, I want him.
Yeah.
And that stood out to me because Kevin Gaines was like high recruit. He was like, 3-4 in the country in the point guard. So he said, whatever one of us is go. So is he saying I'm like on that level?
Yeah.
I don't know how to read this. So I'm like, Dad, fuck it. I'm going. They was like, yo, they're going to redshirt you.
Yeah.
But I said, Jason Terry got redshirted.
Yeah.
He went 4 years in the NBA. So that means I redshirt, 4 years NBA. I'm an NBA player.
Yeah.
I said, right now, and I started doing this. All right, right now I'm ranked 100. All right, those a couple go. By the time I get to my fifth year, boy, I'll be like top 10.
So you was willing to do the red shirt for a 5-year senior deal?
Yeah, bro, I was ranked 100. Like when I got into
Nobody
100, I was like, what? I'm the man. But see, you got to understand. When I did go to camps and I played against like players like I never got to play against BD because I never hit that A squad. You know, so like you know how like AAU they got like gold, silver, and bronze. Right. So my team, like I was with Dunleavy, so our team was like bronze and silver for the most part. So we never really hit that high level. Right. So then it was like Tony Bland. So I got to play against Tony Bland, gave him 40-something. So like when I went up,
Jason Williams around your time.
Yeah, but I didn't play against Jason Williams, so we were Jordan camp.
I know. When I first seen you up close was at Jordan camp. Mm-hmm. Like you stood out like right away to
First
me.
Of all,
like
he was a fool.
Yeah.
That was why he stood out before anything else.
Yeah,
this man
that's true.
was a fool, a stone cold. He was in there, man, whooping the little campers' asses. Yeah. And whatever, ping
anything
pong,
they
pool,
anything they want to play. Yeah, I remember that.
They say, man, you gotta go talk to Gil. He in there. They said he in there taking the kids' money. I said, what you mean take the kids' money? He said the kids trying to gamble him. I said he not playing them for real money. He was like, yes, he.
Yeah,
man, I used to have a ball at Jordan camp, man. I love Jordan camp.
Yeah, that's what I said. Jordan camp
now.
was the best.
But seeing y'all, like you one of the ones that stood out to me. You, especially like TJ Ford, I remember when he came through and he played out there. But just when you got out there and hoop with us and hooping on that level, I know how, because we was coming every year. And then when y'all came, you kind of be knowing who's the next coming, because we done seen it every year with all the college players who come and so forth on. But you was like extra, extra nice. And that's when we got a chance to actually just like see you a person and meet you.
See, you know the funny thing about that, because I played against Ruben Douglas. So I played against Ruben Douglas in high school. So he was the number one stud in the Valley.
Yeah.
So, I was 2, but he was averaging like 35. So he was at 35, I was like 29. So we was first and second, and then the next person was like 21.
Yeah.
So we entered the Birmingham tournament. So my coach wanted us to go against each other. So my coach said, "You're going to bust his ass. It's the people he play against that makes him look good." And I'm like, the people we play against that make me look good. Right? So we go against them. And what's funny is one of my teammates already hit a lie on me. Said, "Yo, Ruben said he don't even know how you made varsity. Like, he said he about to bob you today." What? He said he gonna do what? He said he don't know how I made varsity? Coach, I'm sorry. No one's getting the ball today. At all. I'm not. Coach said I didn't plan on you playing. I didn't plan on you actually passing the ball today. Why would you pass? Like, all right, at least we're the same. Hit him for a quadruple double. 46, 15, 12, and 10. Right? So, that confidence, that boosted me up.
Yeah.
So when I got to Jordan camp, he's in Jordan camp, and I just went to Arizona, and most likely I went there just because of him.
Yeah.
If I can get there, I can steal his spot. Not realizing, but that's the cockiness of me. But he's already played college basketball, so that's whole different from him. So he's a whole different player. So when I went to Jordan camp, it was more to test him out.
Yeah.
So when I'm having he's on that other team and I'm with Jordan, I ain't got a sub really. There's only 6 of us. So I'm out there giving my business. So I'm just building the confidence. Yeah, boy, I can't wait till he get to score up a bust your ass.
Hey, the hoop used to be real at Jordan.
That's when I first knew he could score.
Yeah.
When he was playing with everybody and he was getting to the bucket, I was like, damn. Like he it was awkward a little bit because you know how you took the wide steps before it was real popular for everybody to do. I was like, he kind of awkward, but man, he getting there, and can't nobody stop him from getting there. Spots, though. He get the head down, he would get because you wasn't even shooting as much then. You was just attacking like him. I was like, God,
so a lot of them guys was had bigger names than you.
Yeah, that's what I said. Everybody. I was like the dude that didn't have the.
That's why I said that's why you stood out.
We didn't know who he was.
We didn't know who he was.
What's so funny is that's how I got all the comments because no one knew who I was.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where I have all upside.
Right.
You bust me.
Ain't nobody expecting nothing from
you. Bust 50 for me. And nobody know me. I give you 50. Like, yo, who was that?
Straight up.
Facts.
So I remember you two because high school coming straight out of he going straight out straight out. Like straight, damn, and then you look down he got all the Jordan gear. That damn, you got to be special to have the Jordan gear that. So I'm over here you saw he got the Jordan gear. I knew I should have went to that school. They got all the Jordan gear. So you just sitting there and read okay, he's number one. Okay, so I'm sitting here damn, I hope I can do good so I can test where I'm at. Then I remember the second year Amari came in, and I remember him just I remember asking yo. Hey, what'd you do? He was I came off the bench.
We was looking at him like he was an animal.
Yeah, so it's looking at all this talent, dang, it's where were y'all doing my AAU year? I didn't see none of this talent, dang.
But you was always with Adidas though.
Yeah,
right?
I never left the West Coast.
See, we was with Nike, so we didn't see. I ain't go to ABCD.
Oh yeah.
Or none of that stuff.
Yeah.
We was always in the Peach Jam. And all that stuff. So you couldn't see.
Time, that's y'all.
See, that's so hard.
I was head seeking too. I was looking for folks. I wanted to play against everybody I seen on the street Smith.
Yeah.
Anybody names I seen above me, I was looking for them. If they in the tournament that we playing in, because you want to play against them to kind of see who they is, or at least see them.
Yeah, see that's crazy because I didn't know half the people that was in my draft class was actually the same age, Joe Johnson. So I'm I had to look at it oh, you've always been nice. I never heard about you until we entered the draft.
Yeah.
So all these players, I'm who the fuck are these players? Joe Johnson special. Who the fuck is Joe Johnson? In college, yo, I went to the championship, bro. Yeah. Who the fuck is Joe Johnson? Who the fuck is these players?
Right.
So when we playing, you don't know what upside looks like. When you're young, what the fuck is upside? Are you good right now? Right. So, we playing, I remember we went to, we in Washington, we're playing like 7 spots. They didn't touch the ball. Like, I run that. Second, next spot, run that. Third, run that. So I'm running every spot because I got Joe, Lampley, and Richard Jefferson. So I'm the only point guard. Right. So when we playing one, I got the speed and everything on them. So I'm just sitting
Sean Lampley?
Yeah, Sean Lampley.
So, we play AU with Lampley.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting there going. So I'm sitting here like, oh, these players is trash,
you definitely playing against wings and you a point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm playing against wings. So I'm like, oh, these players is trash, bro. I said, Joe, he can't jump. He ain't fast. So, I don't see what everybody see. But then when you get drafted, he be like, all right, Joe Johnson, 11. What? Richard Jefferson, 13. What? Like, he was the 4th option on my team. What the? I said, you know what? They must have already called me, bro. They must have already, because I called it like at, 10, 11. So like, they must have already called me. Like, yo, Pa, where they pick me at? He's like, you ain't been picked yet. I was like, you know they picked Richard Jefferson, right? He was like, yeah, they just picked him. I was like, how did they pick Richard Jefferson? I'm the number 1 scorer on our team. I'm the best player on our team.
Yeah.
He is option 3, 4.
Yeah.
Right.
This don't even make no sense. And just, it's going boom, 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 boom. And I'm just sitting here like, who's Keisha Perkins? Who's Romanovich? Who's Tony Parker? Who are these people?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm like, I played college back 2 years. Like, I know Joseph Forte. This is who I know these guys. Like,
yeah.
This
who was the rest of these guys?
Yeah, who the rest of these guys? So, like, I went straight in anger and just started working out. Like, this ain't. And then I remember playing Joe when he got the Phoenix. And then that's when the first, like, when he was with Chaw. And I was like.
But he was there before.
No, he was there before you. And I was sitting there like. Okay, I can see, like, show the 1, 2, like, you can see, like, when he's off the ball, you couldn't really, because he's sitting there waiting
My year was like his coming out part,
Yeah.
but he was there a year before. He had 1 year before I got there, and he was starting the show, but when I got there, took off.
When you put that ball in his hand and let him be more of the point guard and called up, he was like, ooh, this man is nice.
But watching him on TV and then seeing him in person is like different because he big as a motherfucker.
And that's what people don't understand. Like, people look
He's
at Google.
6'8", country strong.
Yeah, people look at this Google height and think this is real. I said, no,
big.
Players grow once they get in NBA. They still growing because they're so young, so you can't look at the Google height. Yeah. So I'm like, coming in, Joe Johnson, 6'6", nah.
Yeah.
That man big as hell.
That's how John Stockton was to me. I thought he was just like
some little dude,
this
right?
skinny little white dude. Man, he on the court, legs big in the mug.
That's what people think that.
Chop, like, I'm like, dang, he big in the mug.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I said, yo, you be thinking these players is doing this, being this small. Like, nah, these players is big as hell.
Wait, with him getting drafted, I have to, him especially, I have to ask him. When you first got drafted and started getting that bread, what was the craziest thing you did with your? Because I know this is no chill. I know you got something spectacular.
So you got to remember this, 2001. So you already know what was popping. The Escalade. That Escalade, the Escalade
310 motoring. Tricked me out with the suede, with the TV, with the hole. What you did to it?
Exactly that. So, you got all y'all cars is there.
Yeah.
All y'all cars is there. So I'm like, the suede on the roof. Give me the suede on the roof. I want the suede on the roof too. Put it on the vine. I want the 2 TVs in the vine.
Did you have the TV come out?
The TV come out the top. I want the drop one in the middle, and I want the 2 in the back headrest. So I'm sitting with 6 TVs. I want 4 12s in the back.
So wait a minute, you want the people behind you driving to see your TV.
I want so I got the 2 here, the pop up third, the one behind me 4, and then the 2. I get 5 and 6, 4 12. Because I'm sitting there looking at everybody. They done sold me. They done sold me on this. Right. The only thing I did put in the car was the mink floors Gary Payton had. I was like, that just sounded expensive, and I don't know.
He had the mink floor before Rolls.
Way before Rolls Royce was doing it. GP had them.
That's what I said. So there's like the mink floor. I was like, I'm gonna just do the regular floor, but I'll take that suede though. I'll take the suede.
I had 612.
Yeah.
Like Webby. 612.
Your face will vibrate right. I didn't like riding with
Yeah. Then you know that's when the change was coming out. So it was the long joints, and we was doing all initials then. So
initials or your name or your nickname or something like that.
So birth certificate on that book.
Yeah, I had the GJA chain about this big.
Man,
right?
I had a D Miles 21. Dave the Jew. Everybody going to Dave.
Dave living report, yeah.
Man.
And what's so funny is like that's when like earrings became cool. The big diamond
The square ones.
So I got my ears pierced, boom, just for a diamond. Just so I got took that out. Give me the big joint. I want the big ear just hanging all down here. So when I got drafted, so I done spent probably $200,000, $300,000 before I got drafted. So imagine saying 32, 31. So, looking at the money chart, okay, the million, 300. Oh, I'm broke. Oh, I'm done, bro. I'm done. Like, I don't know. How did this work? Like, I'm done. So I had to get a financial advisor. And he's like, all right, looked at the 2 purchases and everything. Gave my dad some bread. So he was like, all right, your first year check, that's gone. All right, so that's gone. You already spent that. You already spent some of your second year money. Glad you got a 2-year deal. So he was like, so we're gonna budget off your second year for both years. Yeah. So all right. He was like, you got to get an apartment that's about $2,500, a house apartment under $2,500, gas. So you got $400. You have $400 free money for the next 2 years, and you can't go over it. Like, all right, $400 easy. I had 2 pit bulls. The Escalade eating up money, got to drive. I was struggling.
And you got to eat.
And I got to eat. So what I used to do, like that first month, so what I used to do is when we got on the plane, my backpack, all the fruit, cookies, all that. I took all that. That was my meal because I couldn't order room service.
Yeah.
So because
everything must go.
Yeah, so I couldn't order room service so I'm just eating all the fruit and stuff. And doing that, and that's how I survived.
So you was taking no per diem checks, though.
Yeah, so I lost that on the plane already. Trying to gamble more money. Yeah, trying to gamble for more money. I'm trying to I got like 168. If I can win like 3 games,
that boo
boy, I'm good. I'm good.
That boo rate hurt.
Yeah, so that's how I was I'm sitting there like, okay. They won't let me jump in now because, I ain't got enough. So I got to wait until, somebody fall off and then try to hurry and get a quick little lick. And I'm good. And what ended up happening is I won. Had like 600. So Chris Mills, being, dickhead he was like, hey, Rook, we're going to go to your room. Since you the big baller now, I need you to order pizza for the room and we're going to finish the game in your room. All right, cool. Yeah, I got the money. So I'm ordering pizza. Larry Hughes like, I don't want no pizza. So he orders room service, right? And I said, no, you can't order room service, bro. I was like, nah, don't be ordering room service. I got to take some of this money home. He's like, Rook, chill out. This is Larry Hughes' room, blah, blah, blah. But can you send my food to this room? All right, so food come, he signs it.
This is creating a monster right here. I see the writing on the wall.
So, all right, okay. Yeah, room service. Can I have 2 cheeseburgers, 4 scoops of vanilla ice cream, chocolate cake, 3 sodas? Yeah, this is Larry Hughes' room 212, but can you bring it to room doo-doo-doo? Come. Give it to her. She leaves.
She walk on up.
Look at your burger, everything.
Oh my God, drop. Everywhere we went, boy. 2 hamburgers, 4 ice creams.
You kept on using Larry there, or you switched names?
No, I'm Larry Hughes, bro. I'm Larry Hughes, man. I'm Larry Hughes. When he caught on it, you talking about getting the ass whooping, boy. I got bopped. I was like, yo, why you say it's me? You're the only one who will order 4 scoops of ice cream.
Every time.
Every time. And I was like, man, look, I ain't got no money, man.
Bull was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. But then he just let me live. He was like, just keep it normal.
One of the coolest dudes I ever
Yeah, that's
met,
what I'm saying.
man.
I was about to say, yeah,
He was the
Bull.
coolest. Like, that's what I'm saying. He let me rock the rest of the. He said, just keep it normal. Don't go out your rate. I was like, all right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
The order for everybody.
Yeah.
Solid dude. That's Bug.
Boy, I was struggling. Oh, that was rough.
So when you got drafted to Golden State, you got Mookie Blaylock in front of you.
Yeah.
Like I say, I always remember that of you, and I used to just remember still saying to you, like, man, just wait your turn, bro. And just be ready. And like you took off.
So
to the Wizards.
back then, so I was playing out of that. I think it was the mid-level exception.
Mm-hmm.
So the highest the Wizards can pay me was 49. So Denver already came in because I used to work out with Kiki anyway. So he was general manager. So he already said, all right, we're going to give you 50.
Yeah.
So come on over here. Right? So I think you guys had, I don't know how many free agents. Like Elton Brand was a free agent. I think Corey McGrady was a free agent. Lamar Odom was a free agent. I think it was like 4 or 5.
They were first, yeah.
It was like 3 or 4 free agents on your team.
Yeah.
And then I think the NBA came down and said, y'all gotta sign back players, because at that time
Don Sterling wasn't paying nobody.
he wasn't paying nobody. So he was like, no, you have too many free agents to just say it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So you gotta spend money. So what ends up happening is they come in to play $50 million, and everyone's coming, and then Brian Russell opted out of his contract his last year to go to the Lakers, and then the salary cap went up, so they went to like $64 million, and then he's already said, hey, just the city's yours if you come here. So it was like, it was the Clippers of the city. So mentally, I went to Washington.
You start killing in Washington. You caught your niche, like in the game. Like you was one of the top point guards, and a lot of the shots that these cats shoot right now, you was shooting them first. Like shooting from the logo, turning around after you done shot the ball. Like they really wasn't seeing that in the league from like other players. Like, you was doing it. You see it from the highlights. Like, what did you see? What changed in Washington? Because I know you left and you built a rapport with Boog. You built a rapport with Antoine Jameson. You know what I'm saying? Like, what changed in Washington that it was like, man, I'm getting better and better every year?
See, so when I came into the league, you got to remember, point guard was still point guard.
Yeah.
And if you was a scorer, they somehow push you to the 2.
Yeah.
So, Iverson, Iverson was a shooting guard.
Yeah.
Eric Snow was
point. Yeah.
So what ends up happening is once I had success at the point guard the scoring mentality, and I went to Washington, Eddie Jordan was more of, I had Mike Bibby in SAC, as an assistant. And as an assistant, I had Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
They're not high volume scorers like you.
Yeah.
So
facilitate.
So I was like, well, that's not my style. So what ends up happening is he's like, well, since it's a 2-guard front, you, Larry, share everything. So me and Larry, so my first All-Star, it was Larry's All-Star.
Yeah.
He broke his thumb that year. So once he broke his thumb, I had to take on that scoring, and me taking on that scoring pushed me into the All-Star. But it was Larry who was the All-Star guard.
Yeah.
So it was a bit that my first one would have been actually Larry and Antoine.
Yeah.
So we were sharing points. So between the 2 of us, we was averaging 40 points. Between the 2 of us, we was having 10 assists.
Yeah.
And then same thing with rebounds. When Larry left and went to Cleveland, we brung in Antonio Daniels, who's not a scorer.
Yeah.
So basically, I have the scoring position all by myself for the guard. And that's when it's like, well, since I'm coming downhill, I'm a 2-guard with the ball all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's where the confidence comes, because no one was coming at me. Back then, it was like, okay, Mulberry's at the 18, 19, 20, era there, and he's averaging 9 assists. So it's like, he still has to defer to another guard.
Right.
Yeah.
Steve Francis, which was the mega stud, but he was only averaging 16.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, his highlight reel was what made him great.
Yeah.
It wasn't the points he was, throwing up, but he had to defer to Cat.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Cat is averaging 20.
Yeah.
He's averaging 16. So it's like, I get the least of the, even though this one's trying to embarrass me for 16 points,
Right.
Yeah. He's going to try to throw it off your head, throw it between your legs, I don't have to worry about getting put 40 on.
Yeah.
Then you got, Tony Parker, who was still, Jason Kidd didn't really try to score.
Yeah.
Steve Nash, when he was in Dallas, wasn't. So I didn't really have to. I didn't really have to go against anybody who was going to try to take my confidence away from me. So it's basically just me.
Yeah.
Just me, just coming at everybody. So by the time I made my first All-Star, that confidence was just building, and then it was like, well, I'm just the assassin for that point guard position.
Yeah. Straight up.
Because I didn't have to play against Iverson.
Enter Agent Zero,
Yeah.
aka the hibachi.
Eric Snow's guarding me.
Yeah.
So I'm just freelancing on Eric Snow, just sitting back on defense. Like, hey, I better guard that Iverson dude.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, because I'm privileged to the story, you give me the story firsthand and when you was in Orlando. But for those who don't know, can you talk to them about the Amex, the American Express card, the party that went on in D.C., the extravaganza from Miami to L.A. to D.C. to...
Okay, so at this point, I'm a two-time All-Star, right? Yeah, so I'm a two-time All-Star, and I'm trying to negotiate a deal with Adidas. So, I'm still on my, first deal with them, $500,000.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to be bumped up at least $2 million. Like, I'm a two-time All-Star, and I'm $2 million, and it was like, your name just ain't big enough. So, so when we say name ain't big enough, it's not your talent, it's your name. So Kimba, name ain't big enough.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas, your name ain't big enough right now. Dame Leonard, we know who you are, but your name ain't star name.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, how do I get my name like star? How do I get a star name? How do I get like my name out there? So I have a meeting with Sasha Jones, like she runs the media for Washington, and I was like, I need to do something to just like liven my name up outside of DC. Like I need the world to know. She was like, so we're just going through ideas, and I was like, so we're looking at the dates of how everything played out, when does All-Star start, Then it was my birthday. It was like, let's throw a birthday party, like a big one, like a big birthday party. And then I was like, all right, then we're gonna do like black card invitations where you invite.
Real titanium.
Like real, like, so we're sitting here like, all right, so I call up Lil Wayne first. And Lil Wayne was like, I don't do parties. Like, damn. Like, it was like, I don't like going in the club. Like, how much you making off of it? And I was like, how much I'm making?
I'm paying for it.
Wasn't making anything. I don't, like, the door, like how much you making off the door? I ain't even thinking about that. I don't know. It's like, oh, man, I'm a pass. All right. Damn. So I'm calling all these artists, pass. So I called Jay-Z's people. And they were like, Jay-Z was like, yeah, I charge you like $700,000. Like, damn, $700,000 for a party? Because he was like, I don't want to go, but if you're gonna pay it, look, I'll take it. And I was like, why wouldn't you want to? He's like, I don't do parties. Like private events versus parties is different because there's more liability on my name. I could probably get you Beyonce for $500,000. Then he's like, you know what? Call Puffy. Puffy loves parties. That's his thing. So he can really help you with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, so, getting reach for Puffy people, turn it down. Call his ass again. They said, you the party people, so I need to do. Called him again, turn it down. I was like, can you tell Puffy I will fly a helicopter on his lawn to get this talk? Like, that's what I will fly. I will do whatever it takes. I just wanted to have the conversation. Yeah. And then we had the conversation. He's like, I charge $200,000. Okay, what else? The venue needs to be private, so so no one makes money. Like, we mean private, like just invite only.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect because I want to invite people with the black card. So I said, he's like, what? I was like, I want to create black cards, like the real black card, as the invitation, and we send it out to the people. It has their name on it and everything. Yeah. I said, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So I said, so would you host? He said, if you make it private, yes, it's private, done. I'm your host.
Yeah.
Wire the money here. Once his name got on it, everything was easy. So I went back to Lil Wayne. Puffy's the host, blah, blah, blah. It's a private event.
Now
okay. popping. And then what ends up happening is because it was private and it was invite only, that made it more interesting. Everybody and their mama wanted to go now. Now we're, inviting mostly people from LA, Miami, New York. And then so I got half the tickets and then the club got half the tickets to give it to the invite list. So like right during December that time, all-star voting starts kicking in. So now at the party, right before the party, hey, we're going to fill out these all-star ballots. And then what ends up happening is after the party, my name's so big for throwing this extravagant party because I ran it out.
Yeah, give them the rundown.
2 Four Seasons, all the rooms at the Four Seasons.
Do you hear this?
Both the Four Seasons, every room. So basically, you didn't have to do nothing. You already had a free room. Everyone came, and then JetBlues. So I hooked up with JetBlue, and then there were times from Los Angeles where you can pick that flight, and it was free coming through. So basically, everybody from Los Angeles, they got on 1 or 2, 3 JetBlue flights and came, and then you had a free room. So everything was, and then the Four Seasons, it had my name on their pillow like sheets. Like it was just, it was really. So I figured, so I spent about $2 million on this whole event. But the idea was to get so big for All-Star that I can get that $2 million back for Adidas in a contract. And what ended up happening is, right before, it was like 3 days before they cut off the All-Star, DC made another push. I was down 200,000. I beat Vince Carter by 200,000. Because the name, because the name was ringing so much, everybody was like, get him. And then that's how I became a starter going into Vegas.
That's crazy.
Because of the $1 million party.
Yep. That's been because most of the money was basically buying out every room in all flights.
So wait, I can't remember the one detail. I know you wanted to get lowered into the top of the club in the what was it, a Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Did that happen or did
no.
They wouldn't allow it, right?
No. It was just they didn't. It was like it's too late, like to try to figure out how to bring you down, and like I was gonna.
He was
You wanted to come in
the car
in a Lamborghini
and drop you off. Boom. Because I had my Lambo, so basically you crane me up,
crane him in the crane,
crane me up, and then drop me into the party.
And you was safe with doing that.
It just seemed baller, dog. I ain't gonna lie, it just seemed like a baller.
Oh,
and
bro.
so all of that, and then Adidas cashed you out.
Yep. And then when I got to Vegas, so I didn't even get to enjoy Vegas because we was negotiating. So this is my negotiation. So I told my dad and the staff, I was like, listen, whatever number they come out with first, I'm going to be mad.
No matter what happens.
I'm going to be mad and I'm going to walk out. And y'all going to be like, what? And then I'm going to walk out and leave. So I was thinking like maybe they're going to start off at $1 million. So, I mean, it would be real, right?
Yeah.
Like, so what ends up happening is, it was like, you did it. Your name is, hot. You are a legit superstar name. So, we're going to reward you, with what you wanted, the $2 million deal for 8 years. Because I was asking for it was like 2 for $5. $2 million, and we're going to give you 3 more years. Excited? Like, yo, hey, like, because they gave me 3 more years on it, though. They gave me 3 more years. I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. They bullshitting. I'm out. And then walked out. But look, the sad part is after I walked out, slammed the door in the hallway, Mac, God damn it. Oh, they're going to take this deal off. God damn, I know. I should have just took that deal. You know what? I'm going to walk back in. If I walk back in, I seem weak. Like, so I'm sitting there like sitting there fighting and just in the hallway by the door, and then I like hear somebody like getting ready to open the door, so I just bounce out, and then just walk and walked in my room, and I was like, please just call. So what happened is my rep Zach called and said, all right, Adidas said sorry. What number do you want? And I can go back to them with. $5 million a year for 8 years. That's what I want. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go tell them. They leave, and I'm like, if I'd have said 2, then if I said 3, then 2 is the same thing. It'd be 2.5. If I say 5, maybe they say hell no and come back with 3. Okay, I should win. They came back 5. It was like, deal.
Gangster.
I was like, all right, cool. Like, so, I signed that. I signed the deal.
And they gave you your own shoe.
Like, I had I already had my own shoe.
Oh, you already had your own shoe.
That was the fun. I already had my own shoe already. So.
Okay. Everybody not blessed to get a nickname. You got a nickname. They was calling you a bocce. They call you Agent Zero. Like, when you heard them, was you like everybody call you by this? So
yeah, it was so funny. It was crazy, especially the Agent Zero one.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah.
It was y'all remember MySpace.
Yeah.
You had the top 8.
Yeah.
So I had a computer person do straight 50. So I had 50 like girls just and then I called them my Secret Service.
Yeah.
So that was the name of it, the Secret Service. So when I got to Washington, I was calling myself the Black President, Black President 01. So somebody that was like, "You like an agent? You like the agent, like Agent Zero?" Like, damn, that's a nice. So that's what they were calling me, Agent Zero. And then
Agent
the name
Zero.
just like, that's a nice name. And then boom, it just took off.
Which one you like more, Agent Zero or Hibachi?
So Agent Zero's the nickname Hibachi was just something I just said.
He said.
I was like, so every time I shot and I was on fire, Hibachi, and that's where that came from. Yeah. And then like people just like, oh, he's the Hibachi.
When you start taking range, like when you start stepping back farther and farther from the 3-point line and shooting them in the game, like you the only one really shooting these shots at the time that we playing in. Like I said, you see it normal now. Like I watched the clip on Damian Lillard, and he was like that last shot in the playoffs, he was in his range, and he bought a logo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the 3-point line is that far back, but you was shooting it. Like, what gave you the confidence? Like, I know when your coach seen that shit, I know he like, ain't nobody else doing this, and you shooting them in the game.
It was you remember when like it was this program called Synergy?
Right.
Right.
Synergy.
So you're looking at Synergy and looking at the spots, and then it was like, all right, you were 60% from this spot, like like 3 feet behind, and then like it's like my percentage was higher, 3 feet behind the 3-point line. So it's like, why? Like, why is this is a further shot? Why am I shooting? So you start playing in the game like in the summer. So come up in the game and get to that spot and see what happens.
Yeah.
Realized the defense wasn't there. They're waiting for you at the 3-point line. So here I'm not guarded, so it's a free shot. At the once I got close to the 3-point line, you pick up.
Right.
And then what I started doing is realizing I just started training my shots back here, and knowing that no one's gonna pick up there. So when I'm in that range, you're not there, I'm letting it fly. Yeah. And that's how that came.
So talk about. I wanna understand how you went from obviously when you was in Golden State, we played you 4 times. Yeah, I saw you when you wasn't playing to when you got your chance to when you got the, like you say, when you got the Wizards, you was hooping with Boog. Then it went from that to trust me, I had to guard you. You know this. It went from just he was still a problem, but it went to supernova where you hitting 50s, 60s, you gaming people and telling them you about to do it before you do it, you talking, you like, where did that whole entire confidence come from? Where you went from not even top 100 to trying to, thinking, man, I'm gonna go to school for 5 years, to now I'm staring Kobe down, like you talking in the crib now, like I'm about to take his ankles, I'm about to do this to him, crossing him today. Then you going out there putting buckets up.
Yeah. Like especially as a scorer, you know who the defenders are, right? Mm-hmm. Like these guys are great defenders. They're the top. They're the top of the top. Yeah. So what ends up happening as an offensive player, mentally, okay, these guys are going to give me a problem.
Yeah.
Right. The Bruce Bournes, the Toyanas, you, Kobe, all these guys, the Jason Kidds, they're gonna
accept the challenge.
It's gonna be a war.
Yeah.
You heard him say me in there? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So when you have, you gotta remember because you're. I didn't.
I was a defender, bro. Don't do me like that.
No,
That man wasn't no defender,
Man,
bro.
let the hibachi
he
speak.
was. They put him in as a defender.
Let him speak.
Because you got to remember, as a point guard, Jeff McGinnis wasn't going to guard me. The guard, so I had to go against bigger bodies. Yeah,
That
he
don't
probably
mean
could.
he's a defender.
Allow him to speak. Let the man talk.
He was a defender.
Nah, bro.
This is the man who was putting 60 on people when he's telling you that I was a defender. Why won't you believe him?
So what ends up happening is once you have success against a like, wait a minute, did I just hit him for 40? And he's 2. If he's the second, like he's all first team in defense, I just gave him 40. That means second team ain't shit. Third team ain't shit. That means the rest of these, they're bums.
Yeah.
So now I go into the game, everybody's beneath me. Yeah. I just rock the second guard on all first team. The rest of y'all are not good enough.
Yeah.
Larry Hughes is second team. First team. I got to work against him every single day.
Yeah. He was nice on defense.
So now every day I can score on him makes it harder for everyone else. So once he left, it became, this swag is up. When we played him in the playoffs, hey, bro, you about to get work. You know that, right? I already know your defense. I got a whole new offense, baby. I got a whole new offense. I got awesome new stuff. You about to go. So then I had success against him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
30, I averaged 32 against Cleveland with Larry Hughes on it.
Yeah.
And y'all can't tell me nothing. Right. How y'all gonna tell me y'all gonna stop me when the top 2 guards didn't have no chance?
Yeah.
So that's when because remember, it's all confidence.
People don't never speak about the work you put in off the court. Mm-hmm. Like how I always used to see you like at the practice facility, shots. Like even when you got hurt, it was like you was at the practice facility putting in the work that people don't see. Like speak up on like the work you put in the reason that you had these 3 amazing seasons in a row is because like you was putting this work in the gym and you was feeling it. It felt good all the time.
You know, it's like people who are at the top, who succeed, you know, all of us, we have, it's like to make it to the NBA, there's a bottom line of hours you got to put in. Period.
Straight up.
There's no, I'm better than you. You have to put in the bottom line of hours. Some got to put in way more hours than others just because of they're not as gifted.
Yeah.
But you still got to put in some work. So when people are like, Iverson didn't practice, listen.
That's ridiculous.
Iverson wouldn't have been Iverson if he didn't practice. No, when he was at that level, at that particular moment in his career, he probably wasn't practicing that much. But the man had to be in that gym doing what he's doing because he is doing what he's doing in that game.
Exactly.
You know, you just don't like, I'm going to just sit around and just do this.
I feel like with Iverson, I grew up the same way Iverson did. We didn't have weight rooms, a weight program, or nothing about no body regimen. Like playing basketball, playing with guys that's on a higher level than us, that was experience for us. And we learned from our mistakes. Like I learned from my mistakes by playing with OGs, and I can't make a mistake. I'm the youngest dude out there, one of the biggest dudes out there, but I'm the youngest dude out there. As soon as I make a mistake, OG like, man, I shouldn't have picked this young motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's how it is.
so I feel like he came up where he didn't go in nobody's weight room, but he was so athletic and he knew how to play football and basketball where he did it off experience.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody don't get that. But you put in it.
Yeah, so I just had to, you know, it's like I'm watching Kobe. I'm watching, you know, going to the gym watching Kobe, going, you know, to the gym watching Ray Allen there, seeing what veterans, what does the greats do? Like, you got to remember, no one tells us how to be great. No one in the Clippers.
It's a secret. Nobody don't say shit.
Right? No one tells you shit. Like, you're in the Clippers organization, and who's telling you, yo, hey, Rook, don't follow these dudes.
Yeah.
We're gonna go in the gym. We're gonna get 300 shots up.
Yeah.
At midnight, you ain't sleepy. Let's go to the gym. We're gonna get 300 shots up. Come to the gym. Look, no one's telling
Your
you
body
nothing.
got to be strong. You got to go in the weight room and get your.
I'm just following what the vets
You got to
doing.
get your rep.
You know what I mean?
Policed our own. Like,
Yeah, that's,
you couldn't even buy liquor at the grocery store. Like, so we kind of policed our own.
But that's what I said. You're sitting there as a young guy trying to figure out, like, I want this, but I don't know how to get it.
Yeah.
So where do I go? I'm looking around in the arena. I'm the only one there, but am I not doing enough? Like, so I don't have this, so I got to call, hey, what is Kobe doing over there? Oh, yeah, he waking up at 3, at the gym at 3 o'clock. No, he ain't. Yeah, he is. I take a cab. Let's go. Let me see. Sitting there. Oh, he here.
Wow.
Oh, he really here. Yeah. So you see him, now I get to watch him, how he works. Let me see how he works.
Yeah.
Okay, he's in a full sweat. Like, is he playing today? He going through a full game live, battling, getting hit, going. Like, oh, okay.
Whole jersey, T-shirt,
yeah,
everything.
jersey, like
soaking
playing
wet.
like body, like 2, let's go, fouling, let's go, get up, like come on, harder. Like,
yeah.
Oh, this motherfucker's intent. Like, and then come out in a game, get you 30-something. Like doing the same move 300 times, 400 times. So I'm writing this down, like trying to figure out, all right, then I got to put this in because this is what he's doing. All right, what is Ray Allen doing? All right, Ray Allen, pick and rolls, so like going hard, line drills, up and down. All right, okay. and you're just seeing, and this is what the all-stars,
the
superstars is doing. So now, going into my 5th year, I have an idea of what great players are doing. They're putting in extra time. They're really challenging in themselves because everything is so game-like. When it comes to the game, it becomes easy.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned. But I had to learn that just making one phone call that I was just being nosy.
Because ain't nobody just gonna be just giving you that information.
And that's what I didn't realize.
That's why I be trying to get a young cat all the information that I got. Be like, you need to know all this, whether you take it or you apply it, or at least somebody that told you and heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know why? Like, did you hear my comments about Devin Booker?
Yeah.
It wasn't the comments about him. It was like yo.
That young mentality, they don't get it.
It's the young, but we don't know. No one knows until someone tells us. So I'm like, and that's why I wrote it. Wrote it more for, look, you're going to learn this at 25. I'm giving it to you now at 22 because no one's going to give it to you. So I'm giving it to you now at 22 so you understand the mentality that the better you get, the more you're going to get up. You're going to be playing in games where you're never going to see one player. So you might as well start training now. And the only way you can train is here.
Yeah.
Doing it in these games because practice, your coach ain't saying, we're going to double Devin Booker. No, you're working on the other team's players.
Yeah.
So the only time you're going to see real doubles is in the game, which is too late.
When you're the best player and you got the ball in your hand so much, you really not sometimes playing against the defender. You playing against the coach's strategy.
Yep.
The coach's strategy is against you. Yeah. So you got to learn how to get it all.
And as I said, but gotta remember how we practice. Like you never double Corey Maggette in practice.
Right.
No, we're working on like going against Kobe or going against this person. So we're not necessarily doubling the star player. He's just practicing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just practicing. You're doubling the opposing player who's Kobe.
Yeah.
So y'all can run on how y'all gonna play. So technically, you never learn how to go against a double until you're in a game. And what ends up happening? First time somebody comes, like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now you're defeated.
Yeah.
Now you're defeated. That's why that summer. That's why when I was watching Kobe, and I told, this is how you're supposed to train because you're gonna learn it. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna learn it. I'm just giving it to you 2 years early because I started realizing the reason we don't tell each other our secrets because we're still competing. We're still competing. So I'm not gonna tell you how I work.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not gonna work with you.
Yeah,
exactly.
But when y'all want to run 5-on-5, I come out there and bust your ass.
And even if I do work with you,
I'm not gonna hold back on certain shit.
I'm not gonna do my regimen.
No,
I'm
working on some shit.
I'm going. Oh, y'all doing Chris Johnson? Oh, okay. I'll jump into Chris Johnson's.
Right.
We do the little together, but I'm not gonna do what I do that get me better.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go by his program because that's what you doing.
Yeah.
And then when you leave, like, yo, Chris, I need to add some extra more shit. I'll fake leave and come back. I'll leave, all right, guys, see y'all tomorrow. Leave and then come back. Like, shit, I was just bullshitting. Fuck.
Who did you pattern your game after? Who you seen and was like, man, I want to be like him?
You was a move stealer. You was a move stealer.
So I grew up on Penny Hardaway, but there was a point where I'm not gonna be 6'7" with all this bounce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like really trying to just take,
moves from everybody.
Everybody. Just so what I did is, like, during the season, like, this is Will Bynum used to love when I came to Chicago. During the season, like, if you did a move, like bop, bop, bop. Well, now I go back and look at that time when you did. That's what I used to watch the time, point it to the director, write that down. Here, write down the time. I go back, look at that move, and be like, all right, the D Miles, right? And then I just have this whole book, the Crawford, all boom, boom, boom. So at the end of the season, I got this big blue book full of all these moves. And then in the summer, I'm working on them. So it's like I'm crafting all my talent around all the NBA players. Because it's like
anything he liked.
Yeah, it's like anything.
When he came to the Magic, he used to talk about it all the time. Like, I'm a move stealer.
I'm a move stealer. I'm just stealing, because you got to remember, just like a computer or laptop or iPhone, you have to update it.
Yeah.
The only way you update is if you see something. Like, I got to update. So I got to look at, like, got to remember, we don't have the same skill level.
That's what I was going to say, but because every move don't fit you. Like, I take moves. Like Steve Smith was a move that I added to my repertoire. That's part of my game. But every move that I was getting or I seen or I tried to get, it didn't fit me.
The Smitty didn't fit me.
What's so funny is it didn't have to fit long as your body understands that motion.
Yeah.
Like, I did the Euro practicing all the steps of the Euro.
Yeah.
Never actually tried it in the game.
Yeah.
I used to spend the summer doing floaters. Yeah. Never did a floater in the game. But it's in you. You done built it in. You might need it at some point, and when you do decide to do it, it's not foreign. So all I'm doing is just bending my body, learning, how to do stuff. Like all the Jamal Crawford stuff. Oh, I done put that all in the game.
Yeah.
It's all in there, just never had to use it. Yeah. Because you got to remember, whatever your natural talent is, that's what you go to.
Yeah, that's what you go to.
But when he pushes up to me and you bop, bop, you took that move somewhere, you just applied it just now on the pressure.
Yeah.
Because most moves come from, reaction, where, it's reacting.
Yeah.
Like if you're dribbling right and I cut you off, you're going to do something.
Yeah.
Just reaction, pop, 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 and you're like, okay, damn, where did you get that from?
Yeah, because it's really basic. It's not really a lot to basketball. It's basic, but it's a lot to basketball, if you know what I mean.
It's reading.
So
yeah,
this is what I want to ask you, because I know you somebody who really, really watched this and can get in depth. What dudes do you love to watch right now in today's game? Like, what dudes would you pay to go see because you like whatever they doing that much and how they doing it?
Russ all day. Like, I go see Russ just because if you spend $20,000 on the floor seat, he gonna give you the energy that you can be like, all right, okay. I paid for this. I paid for this energy. I'm gonna go see Dame. I'm gonna go see, Curry. Kyrie, like just for the entertainment part, Kyrie, because I know that shaking, he gonna get, like, if he scored 20 points, it's all shake and bake 20. It's a shake and bake 20. So, it's like, but at the end of the day, I'll watch everyone because everyone brings something different. You know what I mean? It's like, today's game it's not as bad as we want it to be.
I don't think it's bad. I love it.
I love, like, Harden. Like, when people say, like, I asked the ref, I said, can you tell me why Harden moves pass? And he says, okay, Harden move is, let's say, a 70-30. 70% of the time it's legit, 30% of the time he's traveling.
Right.
Yeah.
But in real time, because it's 70-30, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I can't just prejudge that one actually right there
Yeah.
was a travel. Because you got to remember, when he goes, he's stepping. Now I got to, like, how many steps was that?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like one of those things that's, and he said, we can't do that.
Yeah.
We just got to look at it. So when he does it in steps, it's like, unless it was like, boom, 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 travel. Other than that, I have to let the play go.
Cause they don't look down. They go off body motion.
Yeah, so
like
it's
if your
like-
body look like you can get, you can't get from there to there.
Yeah, and,
Like,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But I can't prejudge that he traveled because
Yeah.
he did get from there to there.
Yeah.
So we looked, you got to remember, we're the refs, we're looking at the play. So we're sitting there, okay, it's a 70-30. So for the most part, he's doing it legit. Sometimes he get a little anxious. So when he's in real time and he does it, I can't judge it that fast. But what I do is say, well, he's moving away from the basket, so the defense has an advantage because he's moving away. He's not moving towards he's moving away from the basket. So I'm not going to help you out by just sitting here just blowing the whistle every time he does a step.
Right.
So it's like, well, you know where he's going. He's going back there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, he's just making he's making harder shots than easier shots. So you just let it slide.
Could you see yourself in this league and how many 80s you would give to this league? With now, like, because you came in, like you said, it wasn't popular for you to be the point guard and being scoring. Like, now that's what it is. If you're a point, you better have a clip on you. So you see how the volume of threes, like you would.
It's, you know, it's so hard to it's hard to say, like, oh yeah, I will kill and score 50 and 60 every time. Like, I'll just fast forward and say, all right, I'm like Dame, I'm like Harden, where I'm 3 or the free throw line, 3 or the free throw line.
Yeah.
But because I scored different, like I'll post up.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm mid range. I'm doing all this. Like, I can say I will be really successful. Like 35, because I can see someone doing it. That was my game. But other than Harden, I didn't dribble as much to get that bucket. So my buckets was a lot faster.
Yeah,
But to say, I'll
south.
average 40, I don't.
You real north south. You don't be dribbling.
Yeah,
side to
that's what I said.
side,
I just
so
go,
I'm
but you got to
going
remember,
straight at you.
to score that much, you have to put that much more energy into it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just where, like, I don't like. That's, you know, then your team has to be bad or good enough, you know, just good enough to be okay, but you can score all the shots. You know, so it still plays a lot.
But it's no mid range. It's either you shooting long threes or you laying the ball up. It's no mid range. I feel like the mid range players and the KDs, the Kawhis, they stand out a little bit more because they can hit.
It was kind of like that. It was kind of like, you know, Rip stood out a lot because he was mid range.
I'm talking about in today's game.
But even in our game, you got to remember, Ray Allen was either shooting the three, curling, you know, but we had more offensive play. Our shooting guards were more offensively.
Yeah.
You know, they were back picks, down picks, zippers up. You know, Dwayne Wade zippered up to the pick and roll. Like, you know, you had more plays than you do now because now it's more ball dominant.
Yeah.
Like,
flowing.
you know, if my shooting guard is a scorer, we just give him the ball. Like, so C.J. McCullough plays more as a point guard scorer than he does a shooting guard scorer. You know, so you rarely have the clay type. There's not a lot of clay types where we have to run. You're gonna have to run around and get these back screens. You know, most if you can score, you okay.
Right.
There you go. You go downhill on everybody. So it's a different game.
You and Nick Young, y'all got like a bond and a friendship like me and Q. Got a bond and a friendship, man.
Y'all sicker than we are.
Yeah,
Y'all sick.
yeah. But like, where'd that come from? Like, man, y'all be hilarious on the internet.
You know, when he got to Washington, you know, I'm just coming back. But you know how you see talent.
Yeah.
And then you know, it reminds me of when I was in that goofy personality, that fun. You know, you don't know better.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you're a young kid and you come into an NBA where everyone's older.
Yeah.
You're trying to bond with, you know, I'm trying to bond with someone.
Yeah.
So it was, you know, our personalities click because we're two goofballs.
Yeah.
You know, so now it's trying to teach a goofball how to be serious and when to be serious. So now the older guys who are serious, come on, man, you're too goofy.
Yeah.
Like, you know how, like, come on, man, take this shit serious. They
Right.
start looking at you
serious.
different.
Yeah.
You know, so now it's just don't worry about that. No. it's us. We the scores on this team. You know, like, now you trying to bring them along. You're going to be the future. We gonna get rid of them, you know. We gonna get rid of them, you know. We gonna trade them, you know. It was what, you know. That's how, you know, we was bonding. So like on the road, he's with me, you know. It's just like you two. Y'all don't leave. From you know, basketball, and I always told me, there's no, you're not really enemies in basketball.
Right.
There's no enemies in basketball, because either we ran against you in AAU, we played against in AAU, we played against, we had the camp together, we were roommates together, we was down the hall.
Somewhere along the line.
Along the line, you became friends. And I was like, even in the summer, like, people's like, y'all don't fight? Like, y'all pretend to fight. And I was like, yeah, because at the end of the day, we might have to train together in the summer. We got to train. I might
get traded to your team. Look
at us what it says. So you don't know it. It's movable pieces.
Yeah.
So you don't really have that real grudge.
You don't.
It's just a moment grudge. Like, oh, this one gonna be in the game. You know, I'm gonna get him back. But 2 weeks later, you play against him in the game. Y'all ain't beefing like that. It's just
not
like,
at all.
Somebody else did something. I'm mad at him now for that.
Yeah.
You know. So you guys are brothers. So when you got that bond, it's hard to let that bond go, because that's, I known you longer than really I know my wife. Even though we together 10 years, I'm with you more.
Yeah.
Because we on the road together, we playing together, we practice together. You know, it's like, yo, hey, you want to vacate? Oh, let's go vacate. Hey, babe, we got to go train in Fort Lauderdale for like 3 weeks to be back. You know, you just be sitting there lying. Like, even though you ain't doing nothing, you just want to be with your, you know, you just want to hang out with your boy.
The fellas don't have to call and all that.
You got to call. There ain't no pressure of trying to be perfect. And, like, you know, you sitting there talking, and you don't want to say, like, no, don't say nothing, don't say nothing. You know, you got them combos. Like, you remember that time we was in Miami? Like, no, don't do that. No.
I see your jersey collection. Like, your jersey collection, stupid, from all the jerseys that you got. From all them jerseys that you got, which one was, like, the one that you remember the most, that stood out more than any of them?
That boy got a million
jerseys. He got a million jerseys.
I don't have, you know, so funny, I don't have, like, one jersey I like the most. Is like I got you guys, you know, you guys Clipper jerseys. It's the relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the relationships.
The memories.
Like, somebody wanted to buy some of my collection. So I was like, all right, cool. So you know how you going through, and I realized all the jerseys I gave away, people will die for.
Yeah.
But I had no connection with it.
Right.
Like, I had no connection with these jerseys. Like, it was like the Wilt Chamberlain 100.
Yeah.
Like, why would you get it away? I didn't know that motherfucker.
Right.
You know, I didn't know him. When I'm 50, 60, 70 years old, I want to be able to look at the wall and remember a game from this. You know, so Dr. J's and some of these Jordan jerseys and all those, the greatest 50, you can have these.
Yeah.
I see you do it when you do your giveaway. I'd be like, man, wait a minute, like, so that kind of answers that for me, like, why you give those away, but like that does, but you, like, I say that a lot. I wish that I had did that more when I was in the league.
Yeah.
You were one of the people, because I can remember, like you say, asking me for your jersey, and I can remember thinking, like, man, I never asked none of these dudes for fucking jersey. Like, I was just, you know how I was, like, I was too much. I'm at you. I never give you the pleasure thing like he wants.
I want your autograph or something.
That's what I'm saying.
And now I wish that I had like really did that.
You know, so
just
funny.
What you saying?
Everyone used to look at me stupid, like, cause it was, cause I asked anybody, like, yo, can I get your autograph? And like, take it, like, come on, dog.
Right.
Like, who's this for? It's for me. Like I either I'm gonna win and I'm gonna ask it, or you gonna win and I'm at one of these. I'm gonna get the jersey, goddamn. It took me like 4 years to get a ticket jersey. I had to get it 4 years. Iverson, what? So I had to get Iverson before the game, because if one of us, you know, it was just one of those things. Is I just thought about it, like, you know what, this game is gonna be over at some point in life, and I want to be able to just reminisce. Reminisce on just, you know, like I remember, like, when I first seen him at the Jordan camp, you know, I was out there just with the long joint, like the point guard, like that's like, I can't George Mikan, I don't fucking know him, like, you know, and that's why, like, when somebody asks and I'm just looking at the jersey and it's like TJ Ford, nope, and just there's all these like nope, and dude's like, Why you really giving me these? Like, yeah, I don't know them people.
I used to tell my mom. My mom was like, "Yeah, get so and so autograph for me." And I'd be like, "I ain't finna be asking all these folks for no autograph."
Man, real talk.
I used to have to tell my mom like, "Look, I feel weak."
But that's what I'm saying. It's like I didn't have the ego because I wasn't. When I was like, it was like I'm down here. So it's like, eh.
Yeah.
So when I'm scoring 40 and 50, and I'm asking, I'm like, okay, shit, all right, okay, he wants my jersey. Thank you. Like I got what's the fun? I got all the clips. I got Cayman, Barrett. Like I got what's happening. Like I can, that's what I said. It was more of the when I look at it, I have a memory of it.
You got a memory of it.
Yeah.
No Chill Gil podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what made you be in the podcast world? Because now we in the podcast world too, and I watch your show like all the time
And enjoy it.
and enjoy it. And what makes you like kind of get out where you feel like you need to kind of just be yourself and speak your mind on the podcast?
What's funny is like when the idea came, because you listen to people's podcasts and just be like, all right, and then you watch ESPN and just be like, they don't say what's real. It's just ain't, that ain't how we thinking. That ain't what we do. Like it's just like,
how did y'all come up with that?
Yeah. And you're like, ooh. And then you see ex players on there, and you be like,
Why are you talking?
Why are you talking? Yeah.
Why you talking like that?
Like say something that really means something.
Is
like
you reading that?
Yeah. And you be like, yo, how are you helping me? What information are you giving to the public that's coming up? Nothing. You talking about pass the ball, you dribble too much, and they made a rule for dribbling too much because of you. Like, how are you? You didn't play no defense, Charles. You should not actually mention defense in a segment because you didn't play it. So, like, you just sound phony to me. So when I'm doing a podcast stuff and we're just, like speaking of basketball, it's like, do it with unbiased decision making. Like say it like unbiased. You can't be biased. You can't tell somebody don't shoot that shot and all the shots you shot was bad or look bad. Like you just got to be real about it. Like when defense, like, I ain't really look at that. I ain't even really look at that. I can't sit there and talk about somebody else's how they play defense when I didn't even look at a defense. You know what I mean? So I can't like tell you a bad defender. Yeah. If I was last. In my category, you know what I mean. So like I can't, you above me, but so you play defense. Yeah, so once I got into it, and people liked it. It was like, all right. So when I started having guests, it was the same thing with you guys. Like I'm not here to make you look bad. It's like we're having conversation. Yeah, I'm not media where I have no idea about what you go through. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you these questions because I'm like, nah, like I know what you went through. I know what you don't want to talk about. What talk to. So we just gonna have conversation so you can just talk and we can relate.
Be yourself. Yeah. Express yourself the way you want to express yourself. And
then it's like if I think something like you that might irritate somebody, I'll just have it taken out. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's like
new free agency. Like what do you think about it? What you think about the Clippers? But better yet, who you think gonna win a championship this year?
Lakers. I mean, they're big. The whole team is you. Yeah. The whole team is versatile. You have, I mean, they can do a lineup that will kill LeBron at the point, Kuzma at the 2, Anthony Davis at the 3. You can go JaVale and Dwight. In hindsight, you'd be like, oh, they get killed. Where? Not on defense. On defense, you got all 6'10" and above just locking down. Play like a zone type and just say, oh, go to the basket. You got 5 freak athletes jumping trying to block that shot. You can't guard it. Like, because one, the point guard, whoever you got, Chris Paul, Kyrie, you got to guard Bron. Yeah. You got to guard Bron, or you got to guard Kuzma. You know what I mean? So their lineup is so big that no one's paying attention to it. No one's paying attention to how big this team really is and how athletic this team really is. Then you got the Clippers. You got 2 small forwards that are great at both offense and defense. Yeah. Most likely you're going to have to put them at the 2 and the 3. Yeah. Because you don't want to go 3 and 4. You become smaller. So you put them at the 2 and the 3. They're going to lock down
1 through 3 is
They're gonna
tough.
walk down. They got 1 through 3 locked down. Week 4 and 5 a little bit. I mean, week 5. But at the end of the day, they're still average height team.
Yeah.
I would like Scottie Pippen to get the job over there because
The head
those
coach
two
job?
players or be on that bench.
Yeah.
Because those two players are you defensively.
Exactly.
Now you can give them the tricks that they need to take their defense to the next level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's what I said. It's one of those things where they still have to figure it out. But right now, I like LeBron and them.
What you think about the Wizards now? John Wall, Bradley Beal, what you think about them? And
You know, they're in a
State
tough situation because you know your franchise guy. You know, John Wall has been injured for the last couple of years, and then you got Beal emerging as the next head of that organization.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to be careful because as a business, obviously, we're going to get rid of John Wall, bring somebody else in. As a business, you got to understand, you throw the guy that's been holding his city down, you throw him to the wayside, it sparks up every other free agent. Like, damn, if they can do that to John Wall, I don't know if I want to go there.
yeah.
You know, you have no loyalty.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a fine line because
It's a
now
fine line.
players talk. Information gets out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now players is actually thinking about everything now.
Yeah.
Versus, I'm just gonna go for the big dollar. Now everything is the big dollar.
Everything is a big
You know,
dollar.
so it's now you want to be careful on how you treat your players. So with Tommy Shepard there, which is a good dude. He knows that relationships are way more important than business.
Yeah.
So we'll see what moves he makes.
So, about this time, man, we want to wrap up, man. We definitely appreciate you for coming through, rocking with us, man.
No problem.
We
Thank you
got
for
the
having me.
special edition, the Knuckleheads special, that Hennessy VSOP
Oh, for real though?
for the homeboy.
Y'all know I'm never gonna open this, right?
That's
Y'all know
cool.
I'm gonna get you the special glass and everything. This is my first one.
You feel me?
Oh, man. We
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
it.
Hennessy,
This is tight,
Hennessy.
man. I
Y'all
ain't
hear him?
gonna
He
lie.
said he gonna put it up there now.
I'm never gonna open this bottle, man. I'm serious. So like one day, 15, 20 years from now, one person still got it in this bottle. MVP.